Hey guys, in this video I want to talk to you a little bit about buying your first DSLR camera. Now this is a question I get asked all the time. I get loads of emails, loads of comments on YouTube and Facebook asking me which DSLR should I buy. Should I buy this one? Should I buy that one? Sometimes I get asked, I've got this amount of money, what camera should I buy for that budget? Other times I get asked, I've seen this camera and I've seen that camera, which is better? Now of all the questions I get asked on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else, this question is actually the only one that I really can't answer. Anyone who does tell you what camera to buy, don't listen to them because they're just making stuff up, trying to sell you something. Let me put it to you this way. You want to buy a pair of shoes. You go to a shoe shop. Do you just go in and ask the sales assistant, I want to buy a pair of shoes, give me some? No, you'll have a look around the shop. You'll see some shoes that you like, of the sort of style that you want and that are going to do the function that you want them to do. And then you'll sit down and you'll try a few different ones on. Then you'll do that stupid awkward walk around the shoe shop, trying out these new shoes. Once you find the ones that are comfortable, that'll be the ones that you'll buy, because they fit nicely and you find them comfortable. They're suited for you. Buying a camera is very much like buying a pair of shoes. You go into the shop, you have a look around, you see what cameras suit the sort of thing you want to do. Now most budget bodies nowadays are all pretty much the same. Yes, all the companies have all this marketing spiel, all these big numbers telling you it does this and that, but at the end of the day, they all take photographs and most of them do video. There's not much between them at that end of the market. Anyone will do you just fine. It's imperative that you get a camera that is comfortable in your hand, that you feel comfortable holding, and that you feel comfortable using. You want the buttons to be located near where your fingers are, that you can reach easily without straining. You want to have the eyepiece comfortable. You want to be able to get through all the menus quickly. It's no good fumbling around through menus trying to find things. Obviously for the first time the menu system will be a bit alien to you because you're not used to it. But things like that should be intuitive and you should be able to pick them up really quickly. There's a learning curve with anything and that's the same with photography. But make it easy for yourself to start with by getting a camera that suits you. Not the camera that the salesman thinks you should buy and not the camera that someone on the internet says is the best one. Anyone who says that, just don't listen to them, they're talking rubbish. There's no point buying a camera that feels horrible to hold to you. And everybody's different. Some prefer Canon, some prefer Nikon, some prefer Sony, some prefer Olympus. Me personally, I prefer Nikon. I've tried Canon cameras and I just did not get on with them. It just didn't fit my hand properly and I just didn't feel comfortable using it, which meant I didn't go out and shoot photos, which at the end of the day is what we all want to do. So my advice to anyone who ever asks me which DSLR should I buy is always exactly the same. Go to a shop and hold some. Make sure that they feel comfortable to you, otherwise there's just no point. If you spend £500, £600, £700 on a camera that doesn't feel comfortable, you won't use it and you'll never progress in your photography. So what you have to do, go into the shop, go out to the sales assistant and say, this is my budget, I want a DSLR camera, but can I have a look at several from all different manufacturers throughout the range from the very budget up to about the mid-range. Hold each and every one and go through the menus on every single one. Scroll through looking at what's there. How easy is it for you to find what you want in that menu? It's a good idea before you go to the shop to sort of have something in your head. I'm going to go in and I'm going to try and find how to set the white balance in a camera, for example. So go in, have a look and try and find how you set the white balance in that camera. So once you've sort of figured out the menu system and you're happy with that, hold the camera. Hold it in different positions that you would perhaps when you're out shooting. Does your thumb rest nicely? Have you got a firm grip on the camera? Are your fingers strained or are they nice and comfortable? This is the sort of thing you should be thinking about before buying your camera. It doesn't matter how many megapixels it's got. It doesn't matter if it's got face recognition, all this stuff that they go on about. Is it comfortable? That is the most important thing. Once you've found the camera that's comfortable to you, just put it to one side, just keep it there. Hold a few others and come back to it. Does it still feel comfortable? Is it more or less comfortable than the other ones that you've tried? If it's obviously the most comfortable, go for that one. Don't worry about the others. Don't worry about what specs the other ones have got unless there's something specifically that you know that you are going to need. If you're only printing little 6x4 images or A4 images, 10 megapixels is enough. Nowadays most budget bodies are around the sort of 15 to 20 megapixel mark. That is plenty fine enough for everybody. So just ignore megapixels, doesn't matter. Obviously the budget bodies are usually slightly smaller than the higher end bodies, but try them all because you might find an older higher end body suits you better than a brand new lower end body. Something in the Nikon range like the D300 is still a brilliant camera and it feels really chunky and professional. It's much nicer to hold than some of the lower bodies like the new D3200 or 5200. They'll also be about the same price range, and you usually end up getting more features for your money as well. You don't always have to buy new. Even if you're buying second hand, it's still a good idea to go to a shop and feel some. You don't have to tell the sales assistant you're not buying anything that day. Pretend you are, play around with them, say I'll think about it and come back later. So guys, I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions about DSLRs, as long as it's not which one should I buy, then please post it in the comment box below and I'll try my best to get back to you. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel. I've got loads of other videos for you, so once you buy your DSLR, you can learn how to use it properly, whichever DSLR that may be.